Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to a 1v1 here on, you guessed it, out of all maps in the world, it is Taranto Coastline. In the south, we got Stryker fighting for America, freedom, democracy, and the American dream. Here with the first armored division straight to the armored here with a fast jeep. In the east stands Oziligath fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Here with the first Fallschirmjaeger division tasked with holding this vital mountain pass against any American advance here towards Monte Cassino. He will hold for Deutschland. So we're off to the races here with a fast jeep out. Pretty standard stuff here. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast. I mean, to keep making all these videos, and a big thanks to those who keep liking and commenting. There you go. First shots going in there. Racing in hardy, catching Oziligath, proceeding to finish sandbags on that fuel point here. An aggressive push here by Stryker, leveraging, of course, the power of the US Armoured battle group as fast as possible here with that jeep. Absolutely not missing a beat there and almost driving over some of those Fallschirmjaeger in the process. My god, Bob, we can shoot them, but we can't run them over. You know the rules. What rules? We're Americans. Huh. When you put it like that. Anyways, Fallschirmjaeger falling back. Pioneers now once building up position. Jeep, of course, can self-repair. Definitely one of the reasons why it is so popular. It can deal a lot of damage and then just immediately self-repair. So hopefully with the October patch, this finally gets sorted out. So either way, Ralph squad for Stryker. Oziligath there with an MG42 filling up here on his Fallschirmjaeger and Pioneer. We got shots fired here. Pioneers withdrawing. Further up north here, points being grabbed. This is a Pioneer. But yeah, you know, nice exciting match here already. Both very, you know, I would say talented and aggressive players, which always a make for some of the best matches. So, sandbags up here. Fallschirmjaeger there. Almost got missions point secured. Up north, Pioneers advancing. We got the scouts out there for Stryker. Jeep there again, also just racing in. They're looking for the gaps, all the weak spots, and it's just leveraging its high mobility here. Just start carrying points there. So Stryker definitely know what's up. Fallschirmjaeger advancing up here. Sandbags on the way there. Machining gewehr ready. Fallschirmjaeger, by the way, considered, shall we say, the elite within the Fallschirmjägers, and so basically not just, you know, paratroopers, but they're also like, you know, the engineers and the assault troops within the division. So typically, like, you find some like stories about the Fallschirmjaeger that typically, like, you know, where the fighting was hardest. But there you go, Jeep just running around here, really aggressive harassment here by Stryker against Oziligath here. It's gonna be difficult, I think, here for Oziligath to catch up. They got Grenadiers on the way there. Fallschirmjaeger withdrawing. Not a bad idea to get some Grenadiers here, just to, like, you know, quickly merge up. It help keep reinforcement costs down. Bike there, or Jeep there, getting active right before the Pioneers bring them. But this is just a strong opening here from Stryker, and a lot of it's just, you know, down to that one Jeep in the early game. Fallschirmjaeger reinforcing. Grenadiers moving forward, catching here. Stryker's route squad by the southern victory point. Machine guns almost got the point here done. Jeep falling back. It's getting back to the work on that fuel point as the scouts now move in to put more pressure on Oziligath. It is an absolutely intense opening here, and Oziligath is being pressured at almost every single point here. Pioneers swing in here, machining gewehr setting up here. Scouts going to have a hard time in the fuel point. Third route squad almost done there for Stryker, and the south Grenadiers advancing on the southern fuel point. I think he just wants more fuel right now, as obviously, I mean, it's quite clear to me he needs more fuel because Stryker is so effectively heading it. So prioritizing fuel, I think, makes a ton of sense for Oziligath, as obviously there's a key there as to what Stryker is planning next, either just fast bars, but it could also be, you know, fast grenades here and a fast support team, but also like fast greyhounds. So for Oziligath, the next plan is a move there might be to simply, you know, set up for the LG-40 to have some light anti-tank guns ready. Route squad tracked in the Fallschirmjaeger here, moving in for freedom and democracy. Fallschirmjaeger doing the can there. Raw pit falls down. Pioneer moving up in the south here. Grenadiers being tapped by another route squad here. So very strong start here for Stryker so far. Northern points being seized here. Machining gewehr on the move. Second MG4 here for Oziligath. Grenade on the Grenadiers. Jürgen there expires. Rouse being caught up between the Fallschirmjaeger and the MG42. That's going to have to be withdrawal here for Stryker. He retreat. Bring up the machining gewehr here. Further up north here. Rouse moving on that northern fuel point again. And Oziligath's forces now so heavily focused on the south can't respond to this fast enough. So the way that Stryker's moving about his forces also, like, you know, forces Oziligath to react and makes it hard for him to defend some of the others, you know, vital points he does want to hold. So captain out there for Stryker. We'll have to see what happens next. Could be fast bars, could be a fast greyhound. Both, I'd say, are very popular at the moment, as both have their advantages. Mighty from Oziligath, very sensible move there. Over to Oziligath. We don't... Oh, we do have the Panzer Grenadier Company on the way. The Jeep going for that northern fuel point again. MD4 holding up. He got Rascal Ming, could breach the building. Yeah, there we go. Got a breach, got a breach. Oh, I do love that breach mechanic. Machine gun there, force out into the open. A nice use of breach there by Stryker. 2 thumbs up. Panzer Grenadier Company almost on the Oziligath. Grenadiers nearby, occupying nearby housing here to engage the rifle by that field point. We got Pioneers diving deeper in here to Stryker's rear lines. I think that's a smart move there by Oziligath. Like, if he keeps just trying to fight every engagement head on, SS versus Stryker, he's going to be, I think, at a disadvantage. But I think if he's like a bit smarter there and that maneuvers him, he might be able to set up some better, so say, fighting engagements here versus Stryker that could benefit Oziligath more and be a bit harder for Stryker to find here. Bunching Pioneering about here. Jeep versus the Pioneer. Troops being forced away here. Pioneers being grenaded. Just hectic action all over the place here. Got an MD42 kind of forgotten there by Oziligath. Briefly at least. Rascal in the nearby house as well. It's just a very unenviable position to be in here for Oziligath. He's going for the Pak-40, he's going for the Fallschirmjägers, so clearly not going to go for the LG-40s. We do have the munition surplus, obviously not a fast Greyhound here, but makes sense. Particularly if he's up against Luftwaffe. If it just goes for the fast Grand, there's obviously been the fast LG-40 anyways, for example, so there's less of an incentive versus Luftwaffe in a sense to rush out fast Greyhounds compared to, say, if it's been breakthrough with MP40s. Early on, the BARs can be less effective. Another breach here. This is really some impressive, consistently breaching here from Stryker. Again, 2 thumbs up. Pioneers heading out here. Pak-40, the Panzerabwehr 40. I imagine the Oziligath's next move will be the Fallschirmjäger. North here, Fallschirm Pioneer could advance up here. Flank up behind. Stryker again continues to unravel here. Oziligath's field supply lines. Like the Americans acted it to the Germans. But anyways, Pioneers being forwards here. A rifle squad, so the BARs are plenty. Pioneers closing in with MP40s. Flammen Werfers here burning for the Amerikaner. We got Canadians to deny the rifle here. The attempt to grab the fuel point needs to do so safely. Heading for that normal fuel with the Fallschirmjäger, who thanks to the airborne spirit veterans won. There we go, another breach. Holy smokes. 2 thumbs up here to Stryker, man. Really, again, like just such a consistent use of the ability. Amazing. I do feel like people just like to sleep on that personally, but it's nice to see someone act like make consistent use of it. Pioneers here being assailed. Machine and Gewehr there trying to catch up with the pace. Grenadiers forced back finally here. Up north, Fallschirm Pioneer versus the Jeep. But the veterans won. They're a bit tougher to deal with for the Jeep. Of course, they've been in heavy cover. They would have been even better off. I suppose goals just lay down some mines while grabbing the point here. Fallschirmjägers are now available here soon for Oziligath.
Enemy forces have captured a
Rascal flying around here, but I think Oziligath he saw through Stryker's little ruse. And it's going to give the rifle there good old German greeting there with the MG42. Machine gun heading northwards. Rascal pushing up towards the fuel point there with the Fallschirm Pioneer. Jeep withdrawing once more. 5 Rascal versus 2 Fallschirm Pioneer. Full rifle versus 2 Fallschirm Pioneer. Lawrence there falls over. Can drop in some Fallschirmjägers now. No sign of Stugs, partly because he doesn't have enough fuel for it when he wanted to. Pack being hammered here. Rifle squad in the center. There you go, dropping in the Fallschirmjägers close to the fuel point, not directly on it, since he could just get grenade and whatnot. Reinhardt there makes it out of there, and there you go, rifle force withdraw here. Smart decision in the south. Rifle squad was the MD42 there. Just countless engagements all over the place. And there you go, Stryker with the M8 Scott, unsurprisingly. Captain's rifleman 40, Pack 40 setting up here. Rifleman in the center. Further north, the Fallschirmjägers are basically alongside the Grenadiers. Pioneers up in the house here. We got grenades being chucked. That's it. There's a lot of men lined up in a nice line. Here's the flamethrower. Definitely gets a lot of damage in there as it is an AoE weapon. Enforcing healing. Again, just so much action. Scotty, they're being hit by the Pack 40. Wasn't aware of it. But Oziligath was ready. He was bereit. Machine and Gewehr holding up here. Riflemen could try and breach the building here, but the machine doesn't turn up and heat on them soon enough. There we go. Managed to catch them before they get within range. Close call there, though, for Oziligath and Stryker. Rifleman could get pinned down for him to get into the building. Pinned indeed. In the south, the second ME4 holding up the Americans here. Pioneer moving up. Nothing further there for Oziligath's base. Scott rushing north, of course, moving up to the next unsupported target, which is the MG-42 here, blasting the entire facade there with white phosphorus. I guess the sequel to Fury. In the south, the Pioneers versus Rob Squad. Pack 40 in the move here, trying to catch that Scott here. Oziligath sets in with all his guard here. And here, Stryker might have slightly pushed too far here. Massive 75mm armor pissing around, slams into the small self-propelled gun. And sends it scurrying away there, but not quite in flames. Fallschirmjaeger starting northwards here. Grenade here in the machine in the south. Further south, Pioneers pushing back the scouts here. Stryker continues to look for like any gaps, any weakness, any openings. Engineers on the way there for Stryker, as he's got a lot of vehicles now in heavy need of repairs. And I think he forgot about the Jeep. Basically popping all the way up in the corner there and only now remembering it. Pack being hunted down here. Stryker obviously making the anti-tank gun, which is his current main threat to the Scott, a target priority here. But the MG-42 there saves the day narrowly. Fallschirmjäger moving up. Who can start upgrading with the MG-15 or the Granatenbüchse. And these are rapidly routed here, as there's no mercy here from Stryker. Financing southwards. Shooting give there on one way, Pat the other.
Contact! Capture point is being overrun!
Machine gun here being assailed from several sides. Other one being attacked as well. Fritz, I don't think this position is safe. If you're against the Americans, no position is safe. Lots of grenades here. Stryker is merciless, and there go. Watch one of Oziligath's machine guns here. This is a devastating blow here, and only adds to the current pressure here. Northern Fuel hit here. Stryker is absolutely playing this map like a fiddle. I mean, he's just, I think, quite skilled at this map, because this map is definitely one of those that I would not say is a great map, by the way, but like if you know how to play it, it becomes significantly easier in some regards. And Stryker, I feel like, definitely sort of like, I think, has understood some of the core concept of this map, and he's really using it to a fiendishly effective like way here against Oziligath here. And it's not like I think Oziligath is a slouch at it either, but he's definitely struggling here. The aggressive pace kind of being set. Oh, we do have the support elements. We might actually get a Sturk here out of Oziligath. Or it could be Nebelwerfer. Up north, Fallschirmjäger continuing the fight here, down to 3 men, but the Fallschirmjäger on the other side here does force withdrawal here for Stryker and the men of the 1st Armored Division in the face of the Fallschirmjägers with their FG-42s. Riflemen forced back. Graham on point with the captain. So we've got 406, 426. I mean, despite all the other issues, though, I mean, Oziligath has been fairly able to, like, keep the victory points in his favor, though. And there you go. Raab Squad has been caught between the Grenadiers and, more crucially, the FG-42 wielding Fallschirmjäger. Force him to withdraw here in a shower of lead and German insults. Machining there moving up here, backed up with the Raab and the Scouts. The pressure remains, well, quite as intense as always. Fallschirmjägers, though, here. And the Grenadiers catching here some of Stryker's men in a pretty bad spot. We got the Schildhandgranate. Up north here, though, we got the Scott. We got the Rifle moving in here. Gonna pressure here. Oziligath's Fallschirmjägers going for his most prized infantry unit at the moment, which obviously makes a ton of sense. Captain flanking in here from the south. Maneuvering here at Oziligath's position right outside of his base. Scott rushing forwards here. Fallschirmjägers trying to further pull back here. Are we getting any Stuks here? Yes, we are getting the Stuk. 2 thumbs up. Fun fact about Stuks and Fallschirmjäger divisions, but as the war went on, Fallschirmjäger divisions actually had their own, like, small Stug batteries directly attached to the division. So Fallschirmjäger Stugs were a thing. Obviously not airdropped, but, you know, beyond that. Anyways, Fallschirmjäger quality with the Raab Squad and the Scott. Quick withdrawal here. Engineers pushing northwards. Looks to be, yes, another Fallschirmjäger squad here for Oziligath and the 1st Fallschirmjäger Division. Machining there almost ended to the Stuk. Raab being pulverized in. Stryker again just advances rapidly, just hitting all the points there. Like, Stryker, I think, is just really good at the whole map control business. Again, a very aggressive player in that sense. Fallschirmjäger moving forwards. Sturmgeschütz advancing. Nice bit of shooting there. Also, if possible, you want the officer quarters up for your Stuks as well, because they benefit a lot from it, both in just the immediate Veterans 1 bonus, but also the fast veterancy really can make the Stuks quite effective as the match goes on. Alright, moving in against the Fallschirmjägers, need the Stuk support here. Plus, of course, point-blank shot is also good to have in your Stuks. Stielhandgranate here from the Fallschirmjägers. All right into the mix here. Dodged it narrowly. MD4 rip into the Fallschirmjäger. Could see a wipe in the Oziligath's Fallschirmjägers. Now the MD4's up. Can he save the Fallschirmjägers? Oh, such a close call there. In the south here, Rav squad, they're firing into the Fallschirmjägers in the house here. Fighting continues to be absolutely intense here. One thing worth noting though, besides he's got a lot of riflemen, our fire riflemen, which you definitely can do as the USF at the moment because of, like, you know, advanced logistics we get on, but also just the riflemen just so effective. Oh, he actually is going to go for entertainment here. It's like you can go for a lot of riflemen. So, good shooting there though. Scott heavily damaged, could try and pursue here. Rifleman caught with Infantry too. Rifleman charging the Fallschirmjägers here. Being caught now by flamethrower fire as well there. Stryker's forced to withdraw the men. And it's Oziligath and the 1st Fallschirmjäger Division, 2nd Fallschirmjäger Company. He's creeping up here, and Fallschirmjäger already with the MG15. Going forward to enter that. Immediately taking some minor losses here. Grenadiers already. Another pack 40 here for Oziligath. I imagine it's just basically the concern about, you know, his opponent has gone for armored. He's expecting AC8s. And he's also quite aware that fuel-wise, this match so far has not gone in his favor. So he obviously wants, like, you know, more anti-tank guns in case his AC8s hit him, like, you know, like a brick through the front door. A ton of bricks anyways. Fallschirmjägers here, being heavily damaged. Stug doing what it can here. Scott's joining in. Up north, though, Oziligath is making more progress as Stryker, interesting enough, seems to be slightly focused more on the south now. At 40, number 2 almost done here. He's also got the infantry reserves up. Very powerful ability. I would not be surprised if that eventually gets tuned down alongside other similar abilities. Up here, Jeep remaining a bit hidden there, silent for now. Stug turning on to the scouts here on the southern victory point. And we got anti-tank guns there for Stryker. But a really hectic match so far. He's going for... Oh no, it's not him going for another anti-tank gun, by the way. That's just my mind here. And we do get the officers' quarters. 2 thumbs up. Benefits the packs, but of course also the Sturmgeschütz. And in theory, like any Panzer Grenadiers he might eventually get. But I think with the Fallschirmjägers, he's not going to go for Panzer Grenadiers. North here, troops moving forward here, the mix of Grenadiers and Fallschirmjäger. Stryker, of course, now committing parts of his force there to counterattacking that. My god! Boys! They're taking our fuel! No, we can't have that. That's the lifeblood of democracy. Up north here, Rascal charging the Grenadiers here. Fallschirmjäger as the Jeep. Hard counterattack here, and Oziligath northwest is too extended here to, I think, effectively defend against that. The south here is also where most of the elite infantry is focused at the moment. Plus the Stug. So that makes it even harder, I think, here for Oziligath north to defend. And yeah, the Grenadiers about to get wiped out here. Losing sight of the bigger battle. We got there, Stryker scoring an easy kill hit, but there you go. Point blank blast here, I think, yes. 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Oh, first shot whiffs. But it might cause him to not assume there's more on the way here. Scott goes down here, wasn't expecting a second. Pack Fallschirmjäger's pushed back. Elevation, I think, kind of messed there with the Stug's point blank blast. Unfortunate, but it still gets some good hits in there. Do not underestimate the machine gun, which also, I believe, benefits for the Veterans 1 abilities. Are like, you know, again, just... Veterans 1 is just such a great thing for the Stug. Grenades in the Pioneers here. Pack wiped out here, but the rifle in such weak condition, it's going to be tough for them to grab it easily. But the Scott being knocked out is really good here for Oziligath. Definitely helps make up for the loss of the Grenadier squad there. Of course, he may want to replace them with maybe some more Fallschirmjägers or another Grenadier squad. Duke's about to get knocked by the pack 40. Fallschirmjäger's moving in. Can he save the Stug? Ah! Can he do it? Yes, he does it! Such a close call, though. Meanwhile, another push in the southern victory point. Engineers moving up with flamethrowers in hand. Stug getting intensity repairs. Another Stug for Oziligath. 2 thumbs up. More support there from the 1st Fallschirmjäger Sturmgeschütz Abteilung. Was that large of an attack? I don't know. Anyways, Fallschirmjäger's moving up here. Engineers there being ripped apart here beneath waves of FT-42 fire. You got Forward 3 and 6. Strikers definitely starting to like run into some more issues now here versus Oziligath. Due to some fairly intense manpower bleeding, but also Oziligath slowly stabilizing here, using a mix of Fallschirmjägers and Sturmgeschütze. And of course, getting rid of that Scots. And Scouts about to get knocked out here. Fallschirmjäger Vetti 2, they're doing what they can. Just not against the Scouts. Sturmgeschütz number 2 ready. We got Stryker's ready as well here. Luftwaffe being sent in there. And there go Telekompa El Capitan. Up north, that point's being hit again. The Jeep continues to be an absolute menace. Grenades here. Over to Stryker. Riflemen being pushed back here. Stug being fixed. And the MD42 at ace level is quite... Oh, that's a painful blow there to Oziligath. Painful blow. No two ways around it. That's going to be tough to replace. Like, even if it gets another MD42, the loss of all that experience is, I think, you know, just as big a blow as just losing the MD42 itself. And of course, in this case, it means Stryker now has 2 MD42s. And Stryker is also, you know, getting close to the EC8, but again, the manpower bleeding he's actually experiencing, doing that, I suppose, in part of all the Stugs and the Fallschirmjägers, is making it hard for him to actually go for the EC8s here at the moment. So that's a bit of a risk you can, you know, run into if you overcommit to like infantry like this. Is like you might actually just end up suffering massive manpower bleeding if your opponent knows what he's doing. And this is in part because he didn't actually get the advanced logistics, which makes the reinforcements even cheaper here. That's a small bit of luck here for Oziligath as a Stryker. Small bit of luck. Fallschirmjäger moving up. Fallschirmjägers at work. And we got a mortar on the way here. Granatenwerfer. I think that's a good addition. I think that's a very good addition here for Oziligath. Taking hits from the Sturmgeschütz. Granatenwerfer setting up. Pioneers being met with heavy fire. Fallschirmjägers in the house.
Commander, we've lost the sector.
Stug moving in for a point blank blast. Yes! Another whiff there. Unfortunate. There we go. Almost took out the entire squad. Single shot now it's limited at max out at 3 men, but still, like, in a good point blank blast, 2 can really do a lot of damage, particularly if it hits right into the blow up here. And I think he actually uses as well here to take out the anti-tank gun. Great push here by Oziligath using the power of the Sturmgeschütz. Also, another reason to get veterans run the Stugs as fast as possible is it makes them notably more maneuverable. Like, I know some players, like, you know, don't like them because they're clunky, but you really need that veterans 1 there, and they suddenly become notably less clunky, and then you get to Vetti 2 and Vetti 3, and they really handle very well at that stage. That's a quick bit of note of extra knowledge from the Stugmeister himself. From the, you know, university's Department of Advanced Stugonomics. Pioneers wiped out. They caught repair. The Stug at a bit of a bad spot here. Stryker, though, continues to suffer like massive manpower bleeding. So he's definitely struggling to get out those ECs. I mean, he's got plenty of fuel, but the manpower is just like, you know, being ripped apart here. Mine being set off for mortar fire. Fallschirmjägers need to be careful here. So I think Stryker needs to like reevaluate his tactics currently if he wants that EC8 out. Fallschirmjägers moving in here. Hard bar push there though by Stryker. Stug charging in. It's going to be another point blank blast, isn't it, Oziligath? Yes, indeed. It's time for point blank blasting. Good shot. There we go. There's a retreat. Vetti to the Stug. And again, you might notice now it's Vetti 2. It handles a lot better. So again, like, another reason you want that officer's quarters bonus, not just because, you know, point blank blast is great, Veterans 1 is great, but getting it to Vetti 2 fast is really great too. North here, Fallschirmjäger being assailed here. Jeep, I think, is going to try and push them out of cover. Mortar, Fallschirmjägers on the move there. Fun side note, by the way, in the German Fallschirmjäger divisions and their mortars, they actually had a shorter version of the Granatenwerfer 34, known as the Kurz, which is also known as the Stummelwerfer, which is basically a shortened version of the Granatenwerfer that was basically light and more portable. Even more fun fact, they actually had that one in Coh3, in the campaign, in the Ardennes Assault campaign. They never added, though, to multiplayer, but it was there. Maybe we'll get it in Coh3, I don't know. Fallschirm Pioneers go down finally. Bit of a blow then. Oziligath trying to run of infantry. May want to get out some more Truppen. Panzer Company there. Very good there. Some Starsturm could also be a good addition here for Oziligath. A very good addition. Over to Oziligath, we'll have to see what he goes for, but at the moment he doesn't have a lot of fuel there, I think, for like Panther, so some Starstorm could be good to hit right into a mine. Fallschirmjäger's being assailed here. First Armour Division, rushes forwards here, wondering where the tanks actually are. Apparently Patton sent me over to Sicily. But didn't we take Sicily? Apparently didn't think we did it hard enough. Stu moving in here. We see another point blank blast, he's just bluffing. I think he's bluffing, or he misclicked. Yeah, rapid retreat here. Stryker's not here to find out if Oziligath is bluffing or not. And there's also another good thing about point blank blast. Your opponent may initially be like, nah, he's bluffing, but very quickly they learn you're not bluffing. Very quickly learn you're not bluffing. And then you can start bluffing. Anyways, Starstorm out here, more lead infantry here for the first Fallschirmjäger Division. Straight here on the entertain. Stoop on the entertain gun, need to be careful. Shot bounced. Mortar firing down death.
300 points remaining.
295 is 264. Deep still hiding up in the north here. He's clearly more conservative with it now than he used to be. So we'll have to see what happens next for Oziligath. I'm guessing a Panzer IV. This is the Sturmgeschütze, smoke being deployed here by the mortar. Thumbs up to Oziligath. We've got Oziligath calling, we also got the Infantry coming the other angle. You could deploy the blend cover. Very nice there by Oziligath. Great use of smoke here overall. Rifle squad flank around here. Fallschirmjäger's nearby house. North here, Fallschirmjäger advancing. Rifle squad flank up behind here. Oziligath there. Going the south. Rifle squad flank here with a few foot. Fallschirmjägers and the Sturmgeschütze. Grenades being chucked at the Fallschirmjägers. Mortar firing down high explosives. Stug halfway to the ace level. 21 kills. 18. Flipping reinforcing. Got riflemen forwards here. Fallschirmjägers from the other side, halfway to the ace level here. Stryker, though, continues to bleed and seemingly struggles to get out those EC8s. Grenades being chucked into the house of the Fallschirmjäger's looking for refuge here. Poor Jürgen there. Pops down. Didn't get out in time. Stu, the continued to provide excellent fire support here. Bet here too with this machine gun gewehr. And of course, the machine gun continues to benefit here as well. So as the Stu just gains more veterancy, it just becomes really good versus infantry just that machine gun alone. And it's despite the machine gun itself getting nerfed. So yeah, Stugs, they're great if you know how to use them. And Oziligath clearly knows how to use them. Nears here's the Fallschirmjägers. Nears round it.
Control of a victory point.
Fallschirmjäger getting the rifle squad here. Stryker really like, you know, do something with the strategy here. Like he either needs to get those EC out soon here, or like he needs to like push for tank depth and just go for regular tanks. I think the current approach here is just favoring Oziligath too much because the Stugs are just eating his infantry for breakfast. Obviously prefer, you know, something a bit healthier than Americans for breakfast, but you know, details. Pack out there hiding out, very good. Got a Panther IV there for Oziligath. Fallschirmjäger's being tailed in there. Got to call on the position here, forcing the Fallschirmjägers out of the villa. South point here, we got the Fallschirmjägers busy. Smoke being deployed again, very good. A lot of bunch of infantry. Got the Fallschirmjäger, got the Starstorm engaging here. We got the Stugs attack from other sides as well here. Catching Stryker's men in a bit of a pincer. Building collapses at the villa has been eradicated. Stug looks like he's going to flank the infantry. Grenades and the Fallschirmjägers. Other Stug moving up here. Point blank blast. Here we go. Great shot. The captain gets point blank blasted into the next life. Panther IV ready here for Oziligath. Machine gun there falls back. Stug is getting supremely closer to the ace level. Panther IV ready to support here. So good. Of course, at this point, he may also consider the opposite quarters for this. Or side skirts. Northeast Stug moving in fast and aggressively. Oh, there's a machine gun here. Forcing that out. Very good. South, the MD Fortress, the Puny by the sun, the field point. Stryker strategies definitely hit a bit of a speed bump. Strong start, but again, the manpower bleeding in part induced by the Sturmgeschütze is making it harder for him, increasing like you just go for tanks. Particularly because like he wants the the most expensive one he can get. Oh, the Stryker. He's almost got the EC8 though. He's almost there. It's not, getting easy for him. He also finally got the advanced logistics, which does make a difference there. Got the EC8 out finally there. Brad Pitt finally took his sweet time. Clearly they had to negotiate a pretty spicy salary with them. Look, I want green and blue M&Ms, but sir, M&Ms weren't invented in World War II. I don't care. At least not in those colors. Shut up. I'm Brad Pitt. I want what I want. And with Stuke here. Panther back up with the Starstorm. Very nice here. Northeast hit pursuing the Stuke. Packs the backing up here. And we got the Schutzen. 2 thumbs up. Stuke kaput though. Great kill here by Stryker. Removes a significant thorn in his side there. That's for sure. As those Stukes, as you might have noticed, really were just taking a huge chunk out of his infantry. Again, one at like 28 kills. Fallschirmjaeger sitting out.
Our enemy has turned the tide.
224, 23 versus 225. Ace Stuke there holding out. Right, of the German Fallschirmjägers. Radcore pushing forward here. Massive throng of bar-wielding GIs. Panther forming up. Oziligath, I think, could try and exert a bit more pressure up north. Of course, the arrival of the EZ does make it a bit tough here for Oziligath to do that. Starstorm sitting out, mortar firing down here on the troops. Nice bunched up, the easy targeted for the Granate in Werfer. Stuke charging in there. Bold here, very bold. Relying on the high rate of fire of the Ace Stuke. No H-Rep rounds here, and there goes calling in the Luftwaffe. Finally unleashing the might of the Air Force and support the Fallschirmjägers here. First Armored Division has definitely hit some significant speed bumps in the face of the first Fallschirmjäger Division. But he's able to save the EC8. Very good here for Stryker. Less so for Oziligath. The Stuke, though, is still alive, so I'd say that's a win. Of course, it is need repairs.
Our anti-tank defenses are failing.
Panther 4 being repaired. Does he have the officer's quarters? He does not. He's bringing up machine gun in finally, again. Starstorm moving up. Stuke, they need repairs. Panther 4 being repaired. So good. Starstorm setting out. Fallschirmjägers nearby. Finally a bit of quiet here. I mean, it's been almost 30 minutes of near non-stop action. And we're finally getting a bit of a break here. A bit of a pause in the action to take stock of the situation here. And right now, I mean, Stryker still has a lot of infantry. But on the other hand, Oziligath definitely enjoys a bit of an arm advantage just in terms of pure experience and numbers. Plus he's got multiple anti-tank guns that are ambushed. Of course, while Stryker may have more infantry, Oziligath just enjoys more elite infantry as well. Of course, in the face of that many actually 3 barred up riflemen, that's less of an advantage than it always might appear. Fallschirmjäger's pushing northwards. Stryker, I think, realizing his northwest flank exposed. He brings up machine gun to try and cover it. Very good here. Another big push here. Anti-tank being brought up. Machine guns riflemen here. Anti-tanks are blasting into the Panther Force frontal armor here. Rifle being met with fierce and strident MD-42 fire. EC setting up for a flank here. Very good. Fallschirmjägers have been caught here. Stuke, though, with pack support catching the EC8 here. Brad Pitt's tank being slammed here with high velocity armor piercing rounds from the German armored. And anti-tank guns. Fallschirmjägers in trouble as the rifle push forward. See, we could see wipe here. They could get executed. That would be a huge blow here to Oziligath. Rifleman gets suppressed. Does it save the Fallschirmjägers? It narrowly does. Panther 4, they get hit with the anti-tank gun. Could get knocked out here. Mine's going off here. Oh, the Stuke's got a damaged engine as well. Mine gets it off on the Stuke. Not the Stuke. Not the Sturmgeschütz. Ah, verdammt. Sturmgeschütz kaputt. And it was a true hero of the Fatherland. A Knight's Cross holder. Posthumous. Packs about to get wiped out. Easy it withdrawing there. Brad Pitt, you monster. Looks like he's nearly to the pack crew, but that was a huge blow there to Oziligath. Always be careful about parking your own stuff near your own mines. That was a big win there for Stryker. big win. I mean, that Stryker had done so much damage to him, and like several times, like done also a fair amount of damage to that EC8, so getting rid of that is just a massive win there for Stryker. Oziligath, of course, can bring in more Panzer IVs to replace it. You know, it's not going to quite be in an ace Stug, is it? So, that's definitely a bit of a good hit there for Stryker against Oziligath. Over to him, by the way.
The enemy has 200 points.
And now suddenly the armoured advantage that Oziligath was enjoying is, well, burning by the wayside, as he no longer has an ace Sturmgeschütz. That is big stuff there for Stryker. Big stuff. He's definitely going to need to replace his armoured losses here. And I'm expecting more Panzer IVs, but honestly going for more Stugs, particularly with the officers' quarters, wouldn't be half bad either. It certainly would be cheaper, but going for more Panzer IVs, in particular, just remember to get the officers' quarters here. Honestly, would also be very good. Up north here, Starstorm has the Rifle Squad here. Dodging it narrowly, but still suffering some of those frag bursts there in the south. Men moving up. We got 217 plus 168 here. Match continues over. We'll be able to say a fairly pitched and intense fight here.
We have a full crew once more.
Big push here, catching the pack of the mortar crew there. ND42 setting up to halt the advances. Stryker again continues to look for any gaps here, any openings in the Oziligath's lines, and ruthlessly exploit them, which is definitely, I think, a reason, he's also having quite a bit of success with all the riflemen, because they allow him to execute this strategy with such, reckless, or near reckless, aggression. Panzer moving forwards, and we got, I believe, there's another one on the way there. Yes, indeed, another Panzerkampfwagen 4, though certainly I would strongly advise the officers' quarters. Very good. Smoke deployed here again. Very good. Thumbs up to Oziligath.
We are down to 200 points.
Mines here from Stryker. Very good as well there. Lots of mines, in fact. Honestly, he could, consider, maybe researching the heavy anti-tank mines. I mean, I'd say players like Enemy have more than amply shown just how good those things are. But there you go. Big push for the Panther 4 and the H-Fallschirmjägers here. But there you go. MD42 there wasn't quite dealt with. And there's a lot of riflemen there. So Oziligath's assault is called off here. In the face was fierce American counterattack. Second Panzer for the red here, though, for Oziligath. Stryker's easy moving forwards. Now covered by mines on the retreat path here. It becomes harder for Oziligath to pursue. Panzer takes several hits here. Pack 4 needs to up now. Great shot from the EC8. He's even popped, I believe, the HVAC rounds here, increasing the damage on the EC8 and the penetration. Panther 4 there, I think, is toast. He should go, I think, for focused fire to increase the chance of maybe doing enough damage here. Panther 4 down. Didn't do it. Air support called in here. Panther 4 heading northwards. Pack wiped out. Luftwaffe going in here. The EC8 dodges it. Another stinging blow here to Oziligath, and the first Fallschirmjäger Division, and now being more steadily supported by the 26th Panzer Division here. Got the Infantry moving forwards. Fallschirmjäger setting out. MD4 to the MD42. Starts moving forwards. Panther force pursuing the EC8 here. He wants it toast. I don't blame Oziligath for that. Starstorm could catch the anti-tank, and he could even get the machine gun here, I think. There's definitely some possibility for Oziligath with this push here. Stryker's a bit scattered now, leaving a lot of his more vital support units to extend it. Panther moving in here, holding up though. Perhaps realizing he could be driving into a minefield. But there he goes, got the anti-tank gun. That's actually pretty good here for Oziligath. He's going to destroy that. Obviously doesn't want to fight with that American Scheiße. Mortar could move a bit further to the front line. Can soon go for another Panzerkampfwagen 4. There we go. North Panther 4 setting out. Another big push here by Oziligath's riflemen. Fallschirmjäger's firing back there with FT-42s. It's a heavy exchange of automatic fire. As the 1st Armoured Division, 5th Rifle Company moves forward straight to the Panther 4 up north here. Stryker, though, continues to be strikingly bled out. He doesn't have any aces yet. And isn't actually able to call in a lot more tanks. Good shot from the mortar here. Second Panther 4 was done again. I would still recommend an officer quarters as soon as possible. Machining gun being attacked by a machining gun in the south. Rascal flanking in. Just aggressive infantry play for Stryker. He's really leveraging them well. The only issue is just the intense manpower bleeding he's suffering with them. There's the floor there. But Starstorm, they're holding a push here, at least in parts. But there's still so many riflemen and only so many Starstorm and Panther 4s. First Panther 4 arriving here to the front line. Right, moving forward, they've got the stars from the Fallschirmjäger representing. They've got grenades on the mortar here. Riflemen forced withdraw. Pentafor pushing up the south side here. Over to Stryker.
200 points remaining on our front line.
And there goes second ECH. Finally arrives here. Doubling the amount of tanks his Stryker can bring to bear versus Oziligath. And of course, right here, Oziligath unwittingly commits a pretty bad mistake to move his Pentafor into the line of sight of both ECHs here. That is definitely very bad here for Oziligath. And there we go, we got the H-Rep rounds. Very good at consistent use of that ability as well. Pack 40 though opens up with an ambush shot here. Almost got one of them, but again, another Pentafor goes down. Another huge blow here to Oziligath. Another Panzer kaput. And no EC8 so far lit ablaze here. Mortar fire, Pentafor on the MD42 here. EC8, ace level there, Brat Pitt at his most Brat Pittest. Engaging here the Germans with fierce efficiency. The MG42 there goes down. Up north, the Stryker commits him to out the point here. Very good. Gonna destroy that one, I think. Deny it to Stryker here. Probably figuring he can't get it back. There we go. Fallschirmjäger is being dispatched northwards alongside some Starstorm to clean up that little mess. 140 versus 176 here.
Area's ours.
South here, Pentafor being assailed. We got a big push by Stryker. Really big. At least partly big. Thought he was going to push as well here, but looks like he realised something was out and called back in time. Up north here, Rascal caught between the Fallschirmjägers and the Starstorm. Quick push here by Oziligath and the 1st Fallschirmjäger Division.
We're losing a strategic point.
And there you go, ECH ready for the push. Pack 40 here, nice and ambush ready.
Now under enemy control.
Other pack not quite there, but there you go, good shot from one of them. ECH the bypassing, no additional mines here. Rifle pushing forward here, Ace Fighters are getting wiped out here. Pack's getting hammered. Pack here also in deep trouble. Here we go, support called in again here by Oziligath. Mortar in deep trouble. Well, lots of Oziligath stuff's in deep trouble. Pack crew goes down, strafing on there, goes in. Narrowly saving his bacon. Up north here, Fallschirmjäger, Starstorm ripping into the GIs there. 134 here versus 166. Another strafe here. Pentafor being fixed up. Another one on the way there, very good. Packs need recruiting. Got lots of stuff is needed recruiting. Going to push for that northern victory point. They definitely should consider maybe a flanking path here. Pentafor advancing after the assault engineers here. Stryker. Well, could eventually get another EC8 here, but again, manpower continues to be the pressing issue. Fallschirmjägers the Ralph scored here, pushing with port on them. Ace level Fallschirmjägers the grenades off here. Starstorm here, winning over the MD42. They're very good here for Oziligath. Let's go for Stryker. Almost got it, in fact. And the south of Pentafor dives in pretty deeply here for Oziligath. Pretty risky. As Stryker again with 2 assault engineer scores and the engineers quickly repair it. Almost got one in the ECH here. He's almost got the Brat Pit. Ah, didn't get it. Didn't get it. Such a close call though. Starstorm down to just 2 guys here versus 2 guys out in the open. Grenades here being chucked. Starstorm no manage yet before they have to retreat. Fresh Pentafor, he's going to go for another push on the base. He really wants those EZ8s dead. He's willing to risk a lot there, Mr. Oziligath. Ooh, bit of air reconnaissance. He actually makes fairly good use of that ability as well there. Right, push into the Fallschirmjägers here. But I'm forced to the draw here. Looks like Stryker is massing here for a massive assault in the center here. 4 full rifle squads there. 100 points left. Ace Fallschirmjäger northwards could send the Pentafor northwards as well. Graham Southern point with the Pioneers. Pack's being held back for enemy reinforcement. Yeah, that's a big push. You know, it needs that victory point. He needs it now. 95 as 166. EC8 setting out there. Pentafor being sent northwards here alongside some elite infantry. Clear out any American obstacles. In the south, EC8 races forwards here. Pack's turning around. Pentafor's the Ralph squad here. Fallschirmjäger's the Ralph squad there. Grenades being chucked rather than just withdrawing here. Stryker's not going to risk in the south. EC8 having done his job falls back. Pack's repositioning again. Sent here Ralph squad forced further back. This match is definitely intense for sure. Rifle Corps with 42 here. EC8 sitting out. North Fox moving across the Rifle Squad here, pushing them back here with heavy automatic fire. It is a ceaseless choir of bullets. And there goes Starstorm caught between two EC8s. Needs to withdraw down to 3 men. Luxuk! Packs opening up the EC8 here. Almost lost the Starstorm. East Foxmakers flanking in here. We got 90 for 154 here. Foxmakers take a hell of a hit. Definitely should just withdraw them as well. Down to 3 men. Still should withdraw them. Hands wings fast. North has got 2 rival squads going their northern victory point. Stryker knows how important it is. He absolutely knows. In the south, a big flank by the assault engineers and the regular engineers here. Pack's down for another angle here. Going for the Pack 40s. Really good flank here by Stryker. Oziligath position remains really tense. The machine gun gets wiped here by the assault engineer flank and the EC down from the other angle here. Pack's about to get wiped out here. Oziligath will have to counterattack here. We got 90 versus 140. 139 there. Mortar firing down, death from above here. Panther 4 moving in. Good shot. Good shot. Great shot from the Panther 4, the Rifle Squad. Back catch reinforcing healing. Riflemen are forced off the point. We've got 90 versus 122 here. South Rifle Squad dueling up with the Fallschirmjägers. The Rifle Squad still defending the northern point. We also got the Jeep there now moving about freely. Stryker finally feeling confident to just move about like that. Oziligath is definitely feeling the heat again. EC8 engaging. Rifle Squad in a lot of trouble, a lot of danger. 90 versus 98. Grabbing the victory point here. Pax, I imagine, going to get recruited. Should also grab the machine gun. They actually lose the Starstorm as well. I think they got wiped, yeah, actually. Thought they gotten away there, but they must have gotten wiped after all. Meaning he's down to just 2 Fallschirmjäger squad. Oh, no, they're there. Okay. Thought they had survived. So got Brett Pitt again here. Each with 3 withdraw the Starstorm. Going for that Jeep up north here. Should be able to finally take it out here after having been around the match for like, you know, well, close to 50 minutes now. Finally got it. Machine gun here, there you go. EC8's flank. We got the 2 packs. Full ambush volley here, causing men down to the EC8 here. Now this is the volleys here. Panther the assault engineers, MD4 Thomas getting wiped out here. Assault engineers close being wiped out here. Almost got a wipe. And the assault engineers go down. Big win here for Oziligath. Even drop the flamethrower. He's also up to a total of 3 packs now. Not that I blame him. Don't think sailor with EC8. 8 crap rounds up here. 40 opening up here. Fudge moves to the Rifle Squad here. Stryker 90 versus 65 with Oziligath here. But it's actually to Oziligath's perspective. Sorry about that. Just get so caught up in the action at times. Panther 4 the need repairs up north. 63 versus 90. Need to get his hands on those victory points. Und schnell. Down to 60 here. Fallschirmjäger sitting out. 58. Riflemen advancing here. Round to the Panther 4's gun line. EC8's moving forward into the pack front here. Getting slammed here by German up his rounds. There you go. Brett Pitt's tank gets turned into fire. In a matter of moments in the face of the Panther 4's Rifle Squad almost taking out here. Grabbing the center victory point. Pushing up north 1 with the Rifle Squad's going to need armor support. There to clear out the 2 Rifle Squads there, I think, fast and efficient. Almost got a wipe here. And there you go. Got the 2 Rifle Squad, the 2 heavily equipped GIs versus the Fallschirmjägers. Oh, he does have the Starstorm good flank around here. This could also allow Oziligath to claim northern victory point. We got 44 though versus 90. White Phosphorus, he called in a Scott now. Anti-tank cleared out here. Rifle Squad pushback. He probably could have pulled for Scott sooner to support those EC8s as well there. Truth be told, but there you go. Northern victory point cleared of American presence here. Should allow Oziligath to rapidly move in. Queen push on the northwestern one here. As Stryker's pushing more and more towards the southeastern one. This means he's losing control of the west there. Panther 4 EC8 with pack support here. Clashing all out here. Assault engineers and engineers moving forwards here. Pack getting slammed here. Fallschirmjägers rushing in. Pioneers march from northwest, stars moving northeast, and the stars moving northwest, I think. Engineers are being slammed by heavy fire there. Easy withdrawing. I mean, this is just like so much is going on all over the place.
I want the gun here.
Absolutely hectic match, and my hat's off to like both players for managing, like, you know, to keep good things going for so long. Mine goes on the Fallschirmjäger's feet there. So as for Dante McCannon, who lays down mines in the war? Well, we do, Friedrich. Well, besides us, who lays down mines? We got 25 versus 90. Good God. Almost got the assault engineers here. Riflemen forwards here. Panther 4 being forced to draw here. Might finally get another tank gas for Oziligath. Very good. Round squad flanking in here. Mortar firing down death. Machine gun here. Left on a very desperate position. Fallschirmjägers chucking grenades. Northwest is Stoss moving in and going to run to another round squad here, but they could pop the shock assault ability here. Shock assault. Or they could just ignore the rifleman, I guess. That works too, sort of. Oh, and he didn't get the northern victory point. Guess he moved things too fast. We've got 25 versus 83 here. White phosphorus absolutely burning up the machine crew here in a hot chemical fire there. Back here, troop enforcing healing. Panther 4 almost done. Northwest side of Fallschirmjägers, the round squad here starts to moving in. Close to the ace level. Forcing back the GIs. Another Panther 4 freshly arriving here. Panther 4 good to go. EC8 setting out. Machining give out Panzer economic crew, but the Panther 4's on the job here. Mortify as well there. Got the pack. White enemy foot should also go down here soon enough. You got 21 versus 77. Over to Stryker. AC's rushing through here. The shattered German lines. Machine gun wipe there.
Make a decision.
Pushing a northern victory point here. Panther 4, veterans too. 70 versus 21. $68 versus 21. Panther was the advancing right. Another Panther 4 moving in. Grenades are plenty here, galore. Rifle being mauled here out in the open. Losses piling up. And there you go. Easy is going to flank around here. Brat Pitts on the move again, but there you go. Ambush pack proves to be his continued foe there. It's just like in the movie Fury, except the gunners, they actually know how to shoot here, unlike in Fury. Anyway, Starstorm sending out ace level. Got 51 versus 21.
Get the wounded out of there. Down to only 50 points.
Oh boy, this match. Bit of quad again here, as I think both sides are looking up new possible avenues of attack, in particular Stryker here. Panther 4 then heavy needed repair. See Rifleman charging straight to the two Panther 4s here. White phosphorus again being deployed here by Stryker in support of the assault. Very good there. But up north is where the main push is. This is basically a diversion, it would appear. Smart. Very smart. Got 39 versus 21 here. Panther 4 sent northwards here. Other one can't move up there due to damaged engine.
Territory lost.
And a third Panther 4 there. We got Luftwaffe called here by Oziligath just to deal with the infantry. Shows how desperate things are for Oziligath here. Obviously, it's also a good way to discourage, you know, the tank from driving in there, but, you know. 36 versus 21 here. South side here, Panther 4 with a damaged engine. Scots bring up rifle machine guns here. We got ace stars from them though. Ready to assist this assault. Grenades are being chucked. Blend cover. Very nice. Panther 4 to half health. Other Panther 4 backing up the Fallschirmjägers here. Troops are being pinned down. And now we got these here rushing. But there you go. Packs appearing again from the ambush positions. AC's hit as the Panther 4. Scott landing a bit here. Starstorm forced back. Going for the victory point here. Pioneers rushing in. Panther 4 kaput. EC8 that also goes down. Another blow here. But I think one that's much tougher here for Stryker, though he can call another EC8 now. And he does call it in. We got 35 versus 14. 34. Panther 4 there pushing forwards. Could catch the Scott. Other one advancing as well here. Heavy fun for the Sun victory point. Mortifying continuing down here. Bravo Squad's in deep sauerkraut here. 34 versus 14. Could see some wipes here. Almost got, yes, both of them there. Stryker's running up infantry now like an alarming pace here. Mine goes off on the Panther 4, paying off there. Fallschirmjaeger's left to defend the northern victory point. EC8 there on a rampage, firing HVAC rounds at anything that looks suspiciously German. Like a Panzer. And there you go, Pack still at it. Panther 4 down, EC8 goes down. Just everything's exploding now. 30 versus 14. Oziligath. Sword Engineers here being ripped apart by the Fallschirmjägers. 14 versus 27. Up north here, big push by the Assault Engineers and the regular Engineers. Flamethrowers galore, grease guns, you name it. Fallschirmjägers, though, are absolutely not yielding any ground. They stand for Swaziland. 53 kills. Really, this has also been a long match, so you know, still. 14 versus 20. Engineers wiped out, flamethrowers dropped all over the place. Picking up BARs and the Fallschirmjägers. Scots moving in, he almost got the Royal Scout. We got 14 versus 16. Pushed off finally. 14 versus 14. 14 versus 13. 12. 11. Panther 4 being rushed northwards, except it can't rush because the engine's out. Starstorming northwards there with the MG42s, the G43s, the bundles of grenades. There you go, catching the route score there. 9 left here for Stryker. Grenade assault. Calling in some air reconnaissance. No, he's gonna lose the Starstorm! Not the Starstorm! Oh my god! The Starstorm, they're dead! They're all dead! 10 points left here! 9! Oh god! This is so close! 7! Got the northern point, 6 points left! 5! White fuss was all over the place! Mortar fire, packs! We got 4 points left! Panther 4 rushing in! Oh god! He's rushing in here towards the victory point, render neutral. We got 4 points left versus 9. Panther 4 on the move here. Stryker's got next to nothing left. This is it. He either wins here, he loses. Ah! Ah, god! This is too intense! Almost got the rifle squads here. It's... Oh, got them! He also got the Scott here with that. I think it is GG. Stryker has literally only a rival score left that just got called in. And Oziligath's got 3 points. That was funny. That was an absolutely intense match. GG. There we go. Game over. 58 minutes down to 3 and 9 points respectively. Holy smokes, that was a hell of a match. Some really intense tank battles, a lot of battle for the aggressor rush, and their Stryker really had the early game in a lot of ways, but played himself out too harsh. The tech to really leverage like the fuel advantage he was building up in like the fast CC8s, and maybe just better off going for the tank that were just pushing regular Shermans. To be honest, thanks to the War Machine ability, we'd gotten up much cheaper there. That probably would have made more sense for him in the long run here than trying to look for these E8s. So the Oziligath, I think that, well, the Stooks proved crucial there several times, like just getting back to the match, pushing back the riflemen, bleeding them out, and actually stalling out the E8 because the Stooks were doing so much damage. Really good heart of the Stooks. With officer quarters, they really do a lot of work there. The Fallschirmjaeger Starstorm rolls are great. Of course, he wanted like a few more Starstorms as the match went on. Again, the officers' quarters for the Panther 4 was a really top-notch match. An absolute gem here of a match. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you some matches. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family. And of course, do consider supporting the Propagandacaster so I can keep making these videos by pledging on Patreon or donating on PayPal. Links are in the video description. Cheers everyone, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye everyone.